Hello and welcome to this review of Brandy Fundador. This brandy was introduced in 1874. This is their Solera Reserva, their base model. Imported, it's bottled in Spain. Now the company was established in 1730, but this one is from, like I said, 1874. Brandy de Jerez, this is from the Jerez region of Spain. Jerez de Frontera, that means on the frontier right across the water from Africa. And to show a little barrel, 1730. There was a tag on here, and I got this at some discount, so when I tore the tag off, it kind of ripped it, so I had to try to repair it a little bit on the side. This 40% alcohol brandy is in a 750 milliliter bottle, and I got it, I think it was $13.99 over there. I've been checking around, I think Total Wine has it for like $2 more, so it's about $14 a bottle. Now they have some much higher grades than this. You know, you can go this one like 14 and 24, 54, 64, 264 and so on. Fundador Import Company, Deerfield, Illinois. Okay. Interesting. And the company is Pedro Domecq. Pedro Domecq is like one of the founders of the modern Fundador. That means the founders, the founder company. Okay, Pedro Domecq. Okay, Spanish brandy, big drink in Spain, brandy. Never had it. Had French brandy, of course, American brandy, Mexican brandy, the Presidente. I need to get a better Presidente because I had a 35% alcohol version, lower in Mexico. I didn't care for it too much, but around here it's 40%. So one day I'll try to revisit the Presidente, famous brandy, popular in Mexico. Okay. No age statements. The Solera. Well, Solera is going to not have an age statement because it's a method of different age brandies in barrels, basically on a rack. And they keep dumping older into the newer, older into the newer. So it's a blend of so many different ages. You could not have an age statement. I mean, I guess you could track down the youngest barrel, but they don't choose to do that. Anyway, it's caramel color. Tan, in other words. Tan. Do they add caramel color? Perhaps. It's allowed with brandy. It's allowed with blended whiskey. And rum. Rum. Okay, so nice alcohol legs. They're going to line up in a uniform manner. I notice there's only one written review for this on the liquor review sites, distiller.com. So see what they say about it. This will be the second. I don't see any English language reviews for this that I could find, you know, video reviews. There was one where they were doing a little cocktail at the end of the video using this, but they didn't really, they just say we mixing it and make some cocktail. And then there was another one that seemed like maybe it was in Portuguese, and they were basically just saying, oh, it's good, it's good. You know, he was saying, try this, it's good. Well, it's fine, but here we go. And these are the things I have coming up next. For rum, I have Rum Rico Silver Label. Old Overhauled Rye for rye whiskey. Ancient age, 90 proof, straight bourbon from Buffalo Trace. Bankers Club, American blended whiskey from New Jersey, or a bottle in New Jersey at least, by Laird's, the famous Laird's Applejack brandy. They're talking about on their website here, I'll put the link below, they say this type of liquor is different from whiskey and gin and all that. It says because we don't use grain that's made from grapes, and they go into that in case you don't know, and some people don't know. Apparently most people I talk to don't know brandy's made from distilled wine. And it's clear when it goes in the barrel, okay? It's clear. If you smell this at first sniff, you might think it's whiskey, but then you keep thinking on it while you're smelling it, sniffing it, and you say, and it's got that grape quality, like sort of like grape skins. You think of white or red grapes, that tannic thing, tea leaves type sensation, tannins. There's definite oak. They emphasize this on their website. Their careful selection of oak barrels, very dedicated to that concept. Good website. Go into detail on all these different brandies that they make and something. All right, so that's the aroma, the wood, the oak, and the tannins. And of course, it's 40% of this liquid is pure alcohol, so you pick that up. Definite oak. It's like the first thing you taste is oak. And then there's the tannins, there's the grape skins. Then you get like a sort of a caramel taste, like maybe a Werther's Original. The sugar and the caramel is strange. Medium body, medium long finish, doesn't drop right off. Smoothness is right there. It's very smooth. There's no sharp edges, no cutting notes, nothing harsh about it. So if you like smooth products, this is going to be one that you'll probably enjoy. If you can find it. Now, like I say, I bought it in Marrero, Louisiana at Savannah Discount on Louisiana Highway 45. It's on the northbound side, about 2 miles south of US 90, the West Bank Expressway. So it's easy to get to. You're going down that big interstate expressway 90 business route in Marrero, and just see it's going to say Louisiana Highway 45. Go south, and you're going to see it. It's got a sign. It's a minute discount. It'll be crowded with cars. Always people flooding that place. Yeah, starting to have some candy notes. More like where there's the sweetness, the sugariness. Well, grapes are sweet. Fruit, sugar. A lot of the French brandies, we talked about this on Facebook and other social media groups and even online hangouts. We talked about how a lot of times the French brandies will have that kind of turn fruit. It's like figs or dates or grapes that turn, like they're starting to rot. It's a strange thing. And I don't know why they have that. I mean, they're good. French brandies are good. Even the cognacs, which is a type of French brandy, cognac is a type of French brandy, will have that, sometimes that little turn. This is clean, clean, clean. This is clean like an American brandy. So, Corbel, the famous American California brandy. The Christian Brothers also started out in California. Could have been a Spanish influence. Well, think about the history of California. So that seems to make sense. 1730, California. Could have been an influence, although Corbel was from the German Confederation. He came from there. Paul Masson was from France, the French Empire, so I don't know. But it still could have been influence. Now the New York, and then you got the New York brandy. Oh, never mind. They bought Paul Masson from but it's California based, so never mind that. That's the remarkable thing about this. The smoothness. The smoothness, it just flows. The tannins and the heavy wood, the oak. If you like oaky, heavy wood, this might really work for you. The Solera method is very interesting. They use it for sherry, right? And where does Shiraz, where does sherry come from? It originated in the Kingdom of Spain. Hey, 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 makes sense. And it's so popular in England. England, big trading partner with Spain. They're so close to each other. Harvey's Bristol Cream, so popular. Spanish sherry, cream sherry, popular in merry old England. Might get have to get a bottle to revisit. So think about that along those lines. If you like sherry, this could be common sherry, like say you like Taylor sherry from New York. Cream sherry, cocktail sherry. And there's a lot of California sherries, Sheffield, Fairbanks, all of that. But if you like that kind of thing, oh yeah, I forgot about E&J brandy. Well, E&J is not smooth like this. Not the VS, but the XO is. The E&J XO is. That's no doubt. So if you can get into sherry, and that's usually fortified with brandy, it could be a good transition to a stronger product. Sherry be around 18% alcohol. It's pretty strong. Wouldn't drink too much. Now you can jump up to the 40%. Of course, you can be drinking less and less of it. It's very powerful. And then there's a lot of history of brandy in the United States. The Battle of Brandywine Creek in the War of 1812. And that's there in that Maryland, Philadelphia area, you know. Delaware, Maryland, Philadelphia area, Brandywine Creek. Brandywine is the old word for brandy. Brent wine, Dutch, Brent wine, burnt wine. Brandywine Creek. A lot of Americans were big into brandy back then. Not so much now. It's making a little comeback though. So anyway, we could go on all day with this. So fascinating. Mostly it's a dry finish. Dry. You like dry? You won't have to experience. Now the flavor is sweet. Yes, yes. But the finish is dry, meaning the opposite of sweet. So, how would I score it? There's a spiciness too, like a cinnamon type spice. The French brandies are really big into the spices. I mean, that's, you would think, oh, they added spices, but they don't. But I like to try the other higher grades of it. Well, of course, but I don't think they're available in the United States. We just get their standard Solera Reserve, but we don't get the age statement ones. And to my knowledge, but I got so many brandies I got to get through. I got the Ciroc French brandy coming up one day. Oh, that should be fascinating. But anyway, I'll score this because there's no negatives whatsoever with this. None. No off flavors, aromas. It's warm and you can make a hot toddy. Wintertime here, people would be sick with respiratory and sinus problems as usual. And it would be very good for hot toddy. I think a fair score would be a 96 out of 100. That seems incredibly high, 9.6 out of 10. But really, I think if you downgrade it or say, oh, it's just a B, it's good, or it's a C, it's fair, it really has all the good qualities. 1874, that's a long time ago. I think this company, and remember the company's from 1730, I think they have a handle on it. And they're it's a mass production company, okay. So Emperador is huge. They own Scotch companies. They're from the Philippines, so they own Scotch companies, they own the Spanish brandy companies, and more and more and more. So, Laissez les bon temps relais, a fabulous, exquisite brandy de España. Muy bien. And I'm going to end this review by saying, y'all go to Jerez, Spain, and take a tour of this facility. I wanted to go to Spain in 2020, but it got wrecked by some kind of like fanaticism that struck the world, and a great fear. I call it the Great Fear. And but now that's all over. 2021, it's all over. Back to normal. The Great Fear has ended, so I could maybe go to Spain and tour it and then go to Spanish Africa, take the ferry to Spanish North Africa. And that's it. Tell me what you think about it if you've ever had it.